What's up, folks? My name is Trill, better known as Budget Bill, and today I have another stimulus update video for you. Today we're going to discuss the new details on the new HEALS Act bill that was proposed by the Senate Republicans today. This bill includes the $1,200 big fat stimulus check and other incentives to provide relief and financial support to the American people. But before we get started, if this is your first time to the channel, hey, welcome and glad to have you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be a part of it. I would appreciate it. Also, be sure to like this video as it really helps the channel grow. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. What's up, guys, and thanks for sticking around. So today, Congress did not want us to wait another minute. Today, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced the new HEALS Act, which is the second stimulus bill introduced by the GOP to help the American people during this pandemic. The HEALS Act stands for Health, Economic Assistance, Liability Protection, and Schools. Now, even though they introduced the bill today, they only introduced a few major pieces of the plan to give us sort of a little glimpse of what it contains, and to probably get the Democrats something to talk about as the negotiation sessions are about to begin. Now, first off, the HEALS Act bill does include the $1,200 big fat stimulus check for individuals and $2,400 for couples. It would have the same qualifications as the checks approved back in March of this year, as different states already stopped paying the federal boost of $600 per week for unemployment benefits. Now the GOP wants to replace it with a $200 per week on top of what they would already or normally receive. This would potentially last through the end of September, which is a third of what the recipients received from April through July, because they were receiving $600 originally. Now, as expected, they included the liabilities and protection for businesses, which would shield entities such as businesses, doctors, and schools from lawsuits. This would not protect these entities from gross negligence or willful misconduct. And then also, as I stated on the previous video, they have allocated about $190 billion for the PPP or Paycheck Protection Program loans. This bill would allow small businesses with fewer than 300 employees that have had their revenue decreased by more than 50% to apply for a second round of aid. This would also authorize $100 billion for loans to seasonal businesses and companies in low-income areas. Businesses who meet this criteria will have to show revenue reduction of more than 50% to be eligible for the loan. Now, this HEALS Act bill also allocates $105 billion to help schools reopen in the fall. About $30 billion would go to the colleges, and the rest would go to schools that physically reopen to help with the cost associated with the safe return of the students. They also included $16 billion in funding to help states with more testing capabilities and another $26 billion towards the development of vaccines and therapeutics. Now, the HEALS Act also includes several tax credits, enhanced employee retention credit, and a credit for expenses such as upgrades to workplaces and testing facilities. This would allow businesses to operate more safely and efficiently. Now, all of these things are great. However, I don't see much of the things that the Democrats were pushing for. And as you know, it appears that the Democrats are pushing more for the American people than the other side. But these are just the starting point to discuss with the Democrats to start the negotiation process. So far, Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer were not happy with the details of this plan, and they were expecting to meet with the Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows today around 6 p.m. Nancy Pelosi stated that if Republicans care about working families, this won't take long. Time is running out. Congress cannot go home without an agreement signed. Nancy was referencing the lawmakers' upcoming August recess break, because you know how they do. They'll easily go on recess break without getting things done for the American people. But hey, that's just politics, right? But anywho, those are the quick details in relation to the HEALS Act that was proposed today on July 27th. I'm sure a lot more discussions are scheduled for tomorrow, and we will have a lot more pieces of the HEALS Act revealed later this week. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you today. Those are my stimulus news updates for today. If you enjoy these stimulus updates news videos, please give this video a like, as it definitely helps out the growth of this channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is a great time to click on the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell next to it, so you can be notified every time I upload new videos. Again, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.